selection. You've still got one or two doubts, I understand.
Yeah, we've got a decision to make on whether it's Tom Armstrong or Jamie Foster on the edge there. Lee Gilmore looks like he's pulled up okay, and Jason Kalis looks like he's okay to play as well.
Nice headache, if you can put it like that, Mick, as regards those positions up front.
Yeah. Jason Kalis is a quality player, as Lee Gilmore is, and you know, they'll be in the team regardless somewhere because they are quality players.
Tony Pullatua is the only addition from overseas. Mick, you know all about him. Will he start?
Yeah, Tony will start. He's too good a player not to start, and you know, sometimes that'll change through the year depending on circumstances. But with a game like this, you'd be mad not to start a player like Tony Pullatua.
How much difference is there, Mick, between the St.Helens side from your point of view and the Catalan Dragons, who proved what a good side they were in what they've done in a short period of time? Different squads, obviously, but do you see an awful lot of difference between the qualities in the two teams?
No, I don't. Probably the overall understanding of the finer points. I think that I think because they've had a lot of grounding in the fundamentals, whereas some of the French players in France just they haven't been taught it from a young age, and I see having systems in place really shows once you get to the top level. If you have systems in place when you're a young player and you have some good coaching, that makes a difference.
You talk about coaching, Mick. For you personally over there with the French lads, I wonder, was it a problem getting the message across to the French lads? Hopefully it's a lot different here, given that you might not understand some of the Yorkshire lads.
The communication was always an issue, but it never presented as a problem, and that training probably took a little longer than you would like, just because of the language barrier and with my terrible French that I try to speak every now and again. It didn't present too much of a problem, but we got through training. It just took a little longer sometimes.
Communication certainly won't be a problem here with the likes of Kieran Cunningham, Sean Long, Paul Wellens, you named them, Mick. I would imagine, apart from your own input, you strike me as a coach that would certainly listen to their points of view as well. I don't know whether that's fair comment or not.
Yeah, no, that's fair comment, and you'd be mad not to with the experience of Sean Long, Kieran Cunningham, and Matt Gidley. You're mad, and Sean Wellens, Paul Wellens, sorry, you're mad not to listen to their opinions, and they're valuable. They understand what you're saying, and the good thing is you only have to ask someone to do something once, and it'll become the norm for them. You don't have to tell them 300 times to do something consistent. They'll do it straight away, and they understand what you're saying, which is probably more to the point.
Because of the success of this club in recent seasons, Mick, do you particularly feel extra pressure, you yourself coming in, following somebody like Daniel Anderson?
No, I actually find it a little bit more daunting coming to these media conferences than coaching a rugby league team. I quite enjoy it, and I quite enjoy the highs and the lows of coaching. And if I didn't enjoy it, although it's probably a pressure situation as such, it's the enjoyment of and the buzz you get from watching good rugby league. I can't think of anything better to do.
I've mentioned the experience in the side, Mick. Fair to say, and only right that I say, there's an awful lot of young talent that's bursting at the seams, if you like, waiting to come through.
Yeah, there's been some things said about the young players here who've got some good qualities, and again, when you play reserve grade or you play under 18s, it's a different level when you play Super League. So some of those kids will make it, and some of the kids won't make it, and I think I've mentioned before about determination plays a bigger factor than talent, and we'll see how determined some of those kids are, and see whether or not they're determined enough to take the next, make the next level, if you like.
Now, I understand Francis Maddy has not arrived yet, so presumably he won't be in contention going back to this game on Friday night. That would seem that probably left with somebody like Tom Armstrong or Jamie Foster. I don't know whether that's right.
Yeah, no, that's correct. It'll be one of those two players. So we'll sit down with the coaching staff and some of the senior players and just throw some opinions around and see what we come up with.
Do you know, Mick, just for argument's sake, and as you say, you've not decided, if you was to go with Jamie Foster, for example, would he presumably then take over the goal kicking duties, because he's a top kicker, as you know as well as I do now.
Yeah, if Jamie did get the start, he would take over the kicking, and I've discussed that with Sean Long if that was to happen, and even in the trial match against Widnes, that was the case when Jamie was on. He kicked just because he's got a high percentage. So, and Sean's happy either way to kick or not to kick. He doesn't mind.
Can I finally ask you then, Mick? Coaches bring their own ideas, and that's right and proper. Do you think we might see a slightly different kind of St Helens side this season, given that you are now at the helm, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if you'll see it. There are a couple of subtle differences in what we're doing, but whether or not you see it just when you're a spectator and watching it, you may or may not. I don't know, but certainly we'll keep all the good things that they've got already. So we're not going to throw out anything just because there's a new coach on board, because they have got some very, very good talented players that can play with some and do some real good things.
Mick, whichever way you decide, I hope it's a successful one. I'm sure it is, and many thanks for giving me 5 or 6 minutes of your time.